7 years since the game was released, and this game right here, The Last of Us, Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann's The Last of Us continues to be awesome and so hardcore, and of course fun as hell. That's why this game has remained one of my all-time favorite video games in history, one of my favorite games of the last decade, a list which I will produce in due time, but in this review for Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann's The Last of Us, an action, adventure / survival horror video game released in 2013, 7 years ago. This game was so awesome and so much fun to play even now, especially with the upcoming Last of Us Part 2, which I cannot wait to play, and I will talk about Left Behind, The Last of Us DLC, which centers on Riley and Ellie, one of the two protagonists in this game, alongside my boy, my man, Joel. Joel, baby, is so fucking awesome and a man's man, and that's why I love him so much. And this game focuses on their adventure and mission, a long-winded escort mission, which includes Joel escorting Ellie to the fire bitches, otherwise known as the Fireflies, even though I prefer to call them the fire bitches because they are a bunch of pussy-ass bitches. But this game takes place 20 years after the Cordyceps Fungus, a virus which went viral and infected all of mankind and the world as we once knew it, which in turn had transformed or infected people, turning them into zombie-like creatures who are monstrous in appearance in terms of mutation and animalistic nature and behavior, very much like animals who hunt to survive and hunt for meat in order to ensure their survival. And in this world, in the post-apocalyptic world, an eco-post-apocalyptic world in which the world, while it may have become a wasteland, this world also has life. Life still remains in this world because Mother Nature had withstood the apocalypse, and the fungus, the Cordyceps Fungus, which may have destroyed mankind, but Mother Nature had withstood it all. But mankind, regardless, continue to survive and hunt for food and all weapons and resources in order to ensure their survival, including Joel, Tommy, and so many more of their friends and family, including Tess, Bill, and of course the leader of the fire bitches, Marlene. Fuck this bitch. But this world takes place 20 years after the Cordyceps Fungus virus, or whatever it is, had started and went viral in the world, specifically in the US of A, back in 2013, exactly the same year as this game was released to the world of gamers and gaming enthusiasts like yours truly. And Joel, our main character and protagonist, had sadly lost his beloved daughter, or rather she was killed, and his daughter was Sarah, dear sweet Sarah. His baby girl was killed because of this stupid motherfucker who did not bother to show mercy or take them in, both Sarah and her daddy, Joel. But this motherfucker had killed Sarah, which as a result had hardened Joel and made him so tough. But in the 20 years during the post-apocalypse, eco-post-apocalypse, we did not see how Joel had handled his loss and how he handled his suffering and all the pain within his broken heart. But what keeps Joel going is survival, and to survive at all costs, and to ensure the survival of those he loves and those who are closest to him, including his younger brother Tommy and his family. But eventually Joel and Tommy had a setback and argument with each other about their methods of survival, because Joel is someone who does what is necessary regardless if his actions and decisions are right or wrong, because in this world world, right and wrong does not exist. It does not. Tommy, on the other hand, believes that they must maintain their humanity and not become like the infected or those who have abandoned their humanities, and that is monsters without souls or hearts. And Joel does have heart, but Joel has gone down a dark path once again because of survival and to ensure the survival of both himself and those he loves and cares about, including Tommy, whether he likes it or not or looks at him the same way or not. But Joel and Tommy never saw each other again, and eventually Joel met Tess, and Tess and Joel have become close partners in the 20 years of the post-apocalypse in which the world has been inhabited by the infected, corrupt soldiers, hunters, and the fire bitches. Fuck them all. But Joel and Tess have become their own unit, a mercenary group, which also includes Bill of who is a crazy individual, but like Joel and Tess and so many others like them, including Tommy, he has lost so much, which as a result had made him mad as hell. But Bill and Tess and Joel have become their own group, a mercenary group and unit who trade in weapons and resources such as foods and whatever is useful, like medicine and so much more. But Joel and Tess in particular have become close as partners, and you can tell there's a bit of something between them, a spark if you will. That spark we never see, but it is there and can be felt in their interactions with each other. But Joel and Tess encounter Marlene when Robert, one of their boys, had betrayed them, and Joel and Tess had dealt with him, but Marlene had given them an assignment when she was injured, and this assignment is basically to escort a young girl who is of vital importance to the fire bitches and essentially all of humanity and mankind. And this little girl is Ellie, the 14-year-old survivor in this world who grew up never knowing what the world 20 years prior was like, back when Sarah, Joel's baby girl, was still alive and living happily. But Sarah and Ellie are very much the same in that both are the same age, and Sarah could have become like Ellie if she was raised in this world, who knows. But Ellie is a special little 14-year-old girl in that Ellie is basically immune to the infected and basically has an immunity to the Cordyceps Fungus and is considered a miracle, a blessing if you will, despite Joel's reluctance to escort Ellie all the way to the Firefly Headquarters alongside Tess. But eventually it's just Joel and Ellie to reach the Firefly Headquarters and to journey there all the way, encountering many enemies including infected, corrupt soldiers, hunters, and so many more bitches to kill. Despite that, Joel does take it upon himself to escort and guide Ellie, even though initially he did not want to have anything to do with her because of the fact that she reminds him so much of Sarah, and Joel knows that if both he and Ellie bond with each other and grow close as partners and family, there's no turning back from that. This Joel knows. But despite that, these two go on their journey towards the Firefly Headquarters in order to find the cure to mankind, a vaccine as Marlene claims there is. But that is for you guys and gals who have not played this game yet, The Last of Us, whether the remastered or the original version of this game, which is so good and so awesome. This game is so much fun to play. It's both a stealth game and a horror game with strong elements of action, adventure, with some puzzle solving elements to it, all of which were so good and so awesome. And this game was so damn great in terms of the tale told and the music. My god, guys and gals, the music was so damn good and was composed by Gustavo Santaolalla. He was so damn great as both a composer and someone who basically translated the emotions of the tale told within his music and composition, all of which was so good and so awesome and so heartfelt it was. And this game is so fucking awesome. The protagonist of this game, Joel and Ellie, both of them were so good, but I prefer Troy Baker as Joel because Joel once again is my man, my boy, and someone who I can relate to and gravitate towards as good and awesome as Ellie is. Joel is the ultimate badass and survivor of this world. I love him so much. And this game is Joel's story, not Ellie, because Ellie's story will come in The Last of Us Part 2. People have forgotten that this game is Joel's story and not Ellie, and that's why I want to give Joel more credit, which he has not gotten from people or got from people, including the director and writer of this game, or rather co-director and writer Neil Druckmann. He spoke so much about Ellie in such high regards, even though Joel is the main character and this story is his story in this game, which I love so much. This game is so great on so many levels, not perfect, but still very good, and one of the best games of the last decade, and one of the most important games ever made, and of course is without question one of my favorite video games ever made, and for so many damn good reasons. But this game, I do recommend you guys and gals play this game if you haven't already, especially with the upcoming Last of Us Part 2, which I cannot wait for. But thank you guys and gals for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my other channel where I talk about movies, television programs, and anime series, etc. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.